What's up, gang? Today we're going over 75322 Hoth ATST. This set retails for $50 and I was pretty surprised by that. I didn't actually realize that before it came out. It has 586 pieces and it has a decent amount of figs if you include the probe droid, so I'm pretty happy with this price. Plus, I got it at the place I work, so I got it on an employee discount, so I'm even happier. But first we'll go over the figs and then we can get onto the probe droid and the ATST. I'm going to go ahead and start with the least exciting figures, and that first one up is just going to be this Hoth Rebel Trooper. We've seen plenty of Hoth Rebel Troopers in the past. Unfortunately, I don't actually have any until today. This is a female Rebel Trooper. She does have an alternate face print on the back, where she is a little happier. Let's see if we can get that spun around. Where she's got a nice smirk on her face. And as you can see on the head, it does come with some goggles that you can put on top of the hat or on the face. I personally prefer on top of the hat. I think it looks a little bit better. They look just a little bit too bulky on the face there. So it does have a nice jacket print. It looks very accurate to what the Hoth Rebel Troopers were wearing in the film. Like I said previously, I don't have any I could compare it to, but it does look very good. And then she just comes with some nice white legs and white arms, as well as a white backpack. I'm pretty happy with that figure. The next one that I was a lot happier about than I thought was this ATST Driver. I think this is a completely new kind of pilot figure that we've never seen before as far as the torso and leg prints go. They look absolutely fantastic and it really fits the Hoth theme. He has that iconic bucket helmet that you see all the ATST drivers have. He has the nice chin strap going down. So despite just being a pilot figure and as well the Rebel Trooper just being a trooper figure, they both do have the alternate face prints, one being a little angry and then another one being a little happier with what they're doing. And while we're on the backside, we can take a look at the limited amount of back print, and this does look pretty good, but it is on the backside, so I didn't really expect much here. It looks pretty good. The leg print, the torso print, like I said previously, it continues along the groin piece as well. They really killed it on this one. I wish LEGO would go above and beyond and really put printing up here, but it would be kind of impractical because it might scratch off with use. But overall, this figure is absolutely amazing. I was a lot more excited about an ATST Driver than I think I should have. So the last one we can get onto is this snowy Chewbacca, and I know a lot of people were excited for this, but I have a feeling they've released a snowy Chewbacca in the past. I'm not actually too sure, but for some reason I just feel like they have, but I do really like this one. I'm going to get the ugly bowcaster off of there because it's just not very good looking and it's very bulky. So this Chewbacca looks really good. You can see all the different color fur print going on there. He does have his bandolier going across him. The snow even continues onto the legs and even down there onto the feet. This figure, of course, like every Chewbacca, looks absolutely amazing because they use that same mold. And then even on this backside, they sprinkle a little bit of snow on him. He's a really good figure, but I'm honestly a little bit more excited about the ATST Driver. And unfortunately, he still does come with the incredibly ugly, big, bulky bowcaster that shoots a stud. If they could figure out how to make it shoot a little thinner projectile so it's not as wide in the center, I think it'd be a lot better. And now that we've covered our figures, we can go ahead and go along to this probe droid. And let me tell you, this probe droid might actually be the star of the entire show. I know the set is called Hoth ATST, but this probe droid build and the way it's put together and how amazing it looks once it's all put together is phenomenal. I'm incredibly happy with this, and it came with plenty of extra pieces, so I can totally customize it a whole lot more. But this probe droid is absolutely immaculate. After building this one, me and both my brother were saying that we kind of want to go get the larger probe droid model that they came out that's kind of in the helmet series of sets. But this thing looks absolutely amazing. You have a cannon on the front, a whole bunch of antennas and grabbers down there on the bottom, antenna up top, a whole bunch of different sensors and everything. It's very well built. They absolutely killed it on this probe droid, and they included the clear rod to stand it up on. I always appreciate having more of those in my collection. But this probe droid is absolutely fantastic. This and the ATST Driver are a lot more exciting than I think they should be, but I'm not complaining. So now that we've covered our figures and the probe droid, we can go ahead and get onto this ATST, and I'm incredibly happy with this. I'm very happy that it's not a reskin like the ATST Raider was. It's the reason I didn't buy this set. It was pretty much the same as the Rogue One model, but this one they've changed a significant amount, and I have very few complaints about it. So since we're up top, we may as well start with the head, and I think the head is absolutely perfect. I think they nailed the Chicken Walker silhouette with this set much better than they have in the past. The only complaint I have is that this is not an actual window to see into the set, but it's one of the many modifications I do have planned. Like previous ATST incarnations, it does have spring-loaded shooters just next to this main cannon on the front here, but it doesn't look bad. Like on previous ones, they blended it pretty well. And same with on this one. If you don't like it, you can very easily extend some plates down. So other than the windows, they absolutely killed this front side. It looks very smooth, and it does look like the Chicken Walker with these folds going over the top. And then the two side turrets as well. This one in particular is an absolutely fantastic build. It looks very similar to what an ATST looks like. It kind of reminds me of playing Battlefront 1 and piloting the ATST back in the day. That was so much fun, and I just really like how this cannon looks. And the piece that they use to put it onto the ship is actually connected by studs. It's no longer connected by a loose rod going in, so it won't fall off as easily. But the side plating as well looks absolutely fantastic. On the backside, it never looks too glamorous, but it doesn't look horrible. They did try and do a little bit of detail with these vents here, And then just down here is how you will launch your spring-loaded shooters. I just nailed Chewbacca. That was a good shot. Let's see if we can get another one. Not quite. But that's how you shoot the spring-loaded shooters. It's very simple, very easily. It doesn't stick out too much. And a lot of the time when you grab the ATST, you grab it like this. So I haven't found myself accidentally triggering the shooters too much. Then going on to this other side, the plating is the exact same, except the cannon is just a little bit different. Looks like a shorter, stubbier little grenade launcher, but it does look very good. But then on the top here, we just have the vented cheese slopes in the back there, and then the hatch to get inside with the bars on either side. And then we can go ahead and fold up the roof, and this is our access point to get into the ship and get our fingers in there to put our figure down. Like many of you, I do wish that this came with a seat for 2 pilots like the ATST does have, but like many of you, I assume we'll all be modding it to do that. So we'll see that in the future, but for now it just does have 1 pilot seat with 1 little control panel there, and it does have enough clips for both his blaster and his binoculars in there. But we do have our pilot figure sitting in there just fine, both with his binoculars and blaster sitting behind him. And this roof does fold down all the way like it does without him being inside. So it doesn't really impede any closing and it won't increase your gap on any sides. That pretty much covers the head though. Now we can get onto the midsection and the legs. And they do just do a little bit of greebling on this front side, some armor plating to cover it up from down below. Not much going on, but I do like the added detail. It does look very good. As well as on this back side here, they try and do some open studs as well as a nice vent on this back here. And then this is actually how you turn the ATST head. Like many of you would have guessed, it's pretty much the same feature or the same function that's been on every previous ATST. Very simple but very efficient function. And the legs are symmetrical, so I will just show you one. But going down the sides, we do have just some nice armor plating as well as some nice greebling. Looks very good to help cover up a lot of the Technic pins and Technic holes. Going down, it's all tiled up though. They do only have 2 exposed studs, 1 on each leg, so that does look pretty good, and I'm very happy that they went out of their way to tile it up. You do have this extra support arm on the heel back here to help stabilize it, and the feet do look pretty good. They do just have a little bit more detail than previous versions. They're built up a little bit more, and I do like the pieces that they use, like the droid body, and then the clip on the back with the ingot piece. I think they did a much better job on the feet of this ATST than they ever have in the past. Alrighty gang, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the set if you did pick it up on January 1st or you're scouting stores today trying to find it. But I am a lot more satisfied with the set than I thought. Every video where I say, I'm not quite a land vehicle guy, but I always end up loving the land vehicle, so maybe I should start getting into these a little bit more and put flying ships to the side for a while. But I hope you guys did enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, fellas.